and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me back from the US of A, back up in Canada, is Joel Meyer. Not joining us is Sean Marciano, but he is in the chat telling us we're late for our 6 o'clock stream here. How you doing, Joel? How was your trip down to USA?
Fantastic, as expected. Always a good time there in Portland. Last couple of days I was there, I enjoyed some elite, excellent German cuisine. Had a place called Stammtisch, so a free advert for those guys there. They earned it. Very good food. Even got a free meal out of it because they brought the wrong schnitzel. Got me out of the Wiener Schnitzel. They gave me the Jäger Schnitzel, and so they gave me both for free. So I'm a few pounds heavier as I expected, but glad to be back here and having access to my books again is a treat because I was feeling lost out there, unable to bet what I wanted to, considering these sports books increase security against using VPNs, apparently, which was not a thing last time I went down there. So that's another thing to keep in mind next time I leave the country. But we're back in BC, firing bets off as we'll get into shortly. How have you been? I guess I did listen to the show yesterday, but I guess how was last night?
Yeah, I've been good. Last night ended up going pretty well for me. Stars got a big win in Vancouver there. Avs pulled through on the puck line. Nathan McKinnon, two or 3 points there, including a goal, so he could begin his Hart Trophy lead back again. We will talk about that. Yeah, big Flyers win in the shootout. Matvei Michkov, Trevor Zegras scoring there. So
don't they always win in the shootout?
They didn't for a bit, but they're back to winning in the shootout with Zegras being a complete cheat code there. So Flyers have some little bit of hope now for the playoffs. They can get on a little winning streak here. But Blue Jackets nearly blew it against the Rangers last night, but that came through. Hurricanes couldn't get it done against the Kraken, but overall it was a solid night for me betting wise. And I'm not sure if you watched any of these games or remember any of them, but on Saturday, you heard us say it yesterday, but you went 9-6 up 50 bucks there.
Which during land, it might as well be 500 bucks because there are the winning days are far and few between this time of year. But the Montreal Canadiens was the biggest bet personally, and in terms of the bucks, so that was nice to get home. The under there rather the over in the Bruins Flyers. I immediately regretted that one because I knew I forgot about the matinee angle. Bruins in an afternoon spot there, or it's almost guaranteed to go under. But there's another one coming up this Saturday. I was looking ahead there, so I won't be betting the over in that one. That's for sure. I didn't watch too much of these Saturday games. I was out and about, but following along on the phone mostly. The Senators was another nice one, beating the Leafs after being down a goal, then just absolutely throttling them. I think they had 20-2 shots at one point in the game. That was another embarrassing defeat for the Leafs. Vancouver let Drance talk me into them beating the Kraken. They were never in that one either, losing 5-1. Good day, and you had a good day as well.
Yeah, a decent day there. 7-7 up 41 bucks. Went over that. Less than all your totals hit besides that early one there. So maybe you're back on track here with your totals a little bit.
It's late. I can't bet sides to save my life. So so even today I know you guys already went over the games, but today I bet a lot of overs. So the salami is a big bet for me as well.
Yeah, puck bucks for tonight here on the screen for the YouTube viewers that missed last night's show. You got mine on the left, Archer's on the right. Had a good show last night with Archer. I'll talk some futures as well. I'm sure we'll talk some futures here tonight because we only have 5 games on Wednesday. And these markets are changing day by day, hour by hour, depending on some of these bigger slates. So we will get into that. Maybe get some team futures as well. Of course, March Madness is coming up, and a winner take all. One person will win $25,000 in the SGPN March Madness. So go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor to sign up there.
Speaking of March Madness, one of the things I bet today was a small bet on Gonzaga to make the Final Four, 14. I know they don't have the best team, but I really like the coach, Mark Few. He's a good tournament coach, and that's a big part of how I bet the NCAA tournament. I know they just lost to their rival, St. Mary's, but they won't have to go there to St. Mary's in the tournament. So I think they'll be safe there, and they should be able to beat them in their own tournament team. I don't even remember what it's called now. The whatever that was out there in the Pacific Northwest.
Is that the Mountain West?
No, I don't think they play the Mountain West. Do they? No, because that's similar to the college football one. Definitely
just the West Coast Conference.
West Coast Conference. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't follow basketball until it gets to March, and then 14 1. I just thought it drifted out a little too long there after that defeat to the Gales. I think that's what they're called, right? St. Mary's Gales.
I think so. Yeah.
Right.
I've always been a big fan of Gonzaga. Like when I did brackets before, like even before I knew like anything about college, I was like, oh, Gonzaga. I like that. The Zags, Zaga. And they did they win it one year?
No, they've been close.
They've been close.
They've been close. They had a really good team. My guy Drew Timme, when he was playing, they had a really good team then. But no, they never got over the hump. But I think they have a good chance to make the Final Four at least.
All right.
But I'm all in on Duke, and clearly the market respects that. I think they're the favorite in some books now.
Yeah.
So the Blue Devils have been rolling. So we got a lot of good equity there at least.
Yeah, we got MLB starting soon. We got the World Baseball Classics. Make sure you check out Archer on the Chalk and Chaos podcast, talking some MLB and NBA futures he recorded on Monday.
I heard about that. You pushed back against his Puerto Rican thing, and he had no answer for.
Did I? I don't even know what I said. I
thought that was funny anyway.
All right, you want to talk futures first? Just go through these games, and as it comes up.
No, it might as well be his own segment because, as I said, I bet a lot of stuff. Can do that now or after.
Don't do it at the end. I only got 5 games to get through here.
All right.
So let's start Wednesday, March 4th here. You got the Vegas Golden Knights plus 114 at the Detroit Red Wings minus 135. Over 5.5 minus 135. Under 5.5 plus 114. Joel, how are you feeling about the Golden Knights here in the Pacific Division?
Considering the fact that they are behind the Ducks in point percentage, or tied with them, maybe the Ducks have one.
I think slightly behind. It's like 0.01.
Yeah,
really
right.
Close.
Not great. And everyone was talking about how it's like everyone noticed at once that the Knights haven't beat a playoff team since like November 20th last year, which is crazy. Best team they beat in that stretch was the Blue Jackets. Eichel's played like absolute shit since the gold medal game, which is fair enough, but he's got to get on it because the Knights do want to win the division because there's still a lot of advantages to be had from getting that 1 seed, at least in the Pacific. Certainly want to be playing the Oilers. If it is the Oilers, you don't know at this point where they're going at home in 4 of the 7 games potentially. So they have a lot to play for. I'm on them tonight. Hopefully they could take down the Sabres, the pesky Sabres, who have been a thorn on my side for the last while in the Jack Adams market, as we'll get into in a little bit. But for this one, on the back-to-back, I bet the Knights in the first game. I don't know if I can double down on them, so I'm gonna pass on the side. But I would go with the total, the over. Red Wings, I think they lost John Gibson for a bit, right? Or is he okay?
It says he's day to day. Not sure if he's going to be playing tomorrow though.
Right, and the Knights can't get a save to save their life, which is why there's talk now of Jordan Bennington joining them, which would be pretty fun. The over 5.5 is the only way I would look, but not strong enough to make any puck bets.
Yeah, that is probably the only thing I would do as well. But you got to see what happens tonight with Vegas. Detroit coming back home after a 5-game road trip that was split into 2 due to the Olympic break. They got to win in Nashville. I had a day off tonight. Vegas is where are they playing tonight? They're in Buffalo. I have to go over to Detroit. It is Akira Schmid tonight, likely it says here. But Vegas, Eichel's not playing well. Mitch Marner is day-to-day with an illness. Shea Theodore has an illness as well. Mark Stone had that upper body injury. He's out tonight. So injuries piling up now for the Golden Knights, which is not good heading into the stretch run.
So Stone and Marner are both sick, you're saying?
Well, Stone got hurt last game.
Or Marner and Theodore.
He has an Marner and Theodore. So the two of the 3 Team Canada guys there.
Yikes. I didn't know about that.
So that's not ideal. I guess if anything, right now, bet the Red Wings and hope those guys are out, and you get that this is the best number you're going to get. But I have nothing as of now, which is a common theme I think for these 5 games. Down to 7 o'clock again. Got the Maple Leafs minus 105 at the Devils minus 115. Over 5.5 minus 125. Under 5.5 at plus 105. Another back to back here. Devils home against Florida tonight. Home against Toronto here tomorrow. It is Markstrom on Tuesday, so it'll be Jake Allen here for this game against the Leafs. He's been better, I guess. Just saw the Leafs lose to the Flyers. They've now lost all 4 games since the break, scoring 2 or fewer in every game. Devils also can't really score too much, even though we do like the over tonight with Bob and Markstrom. So I think if anything here, I'd probably have to go with the under. Let me probably. I don't know how Toronto is on the back to back. I'll look that up, but this is a pass game for me.
Likewise, I kind of like the Leafs because after being embarrassed at home, especially against the Senators, I don't know how they played at all against the Flyers. I mean, they got to the shootout at least. I think they got to tie the game up late.
Yeah, the power play goal late, so it was a boring game, a boring Flyers Leafs game.
Right. So maybe they ended 5.5 again, but on a back to back for the Devils, even if they have the better goalie in net this time. All I got is Panthers Devils over 5.5 tonight. That's the best play I got at the moment. You can still get the minus 120s out there. It hasn't moved hardly at all. So that's the best bet for this one. It's Leafs or nothing, but I can't trust those fools.
Well, I'm gonna throw 10 puck bucks on the under. The under is I think 8-2 in the back to back for the Devils, and yeah, they're not scoring either. So Toronto, New Jersey under 5.5 plus 105 for 10 puck bucks there. Okay, one more before the break here. Down to 10 o'clock now. Carolina Hurricanes minus 258. Hurricanes puck line minus 102 at the Vancouver Canucks plus 210. Canucks puck line minus 118. Under 6.5 minus 135. Over 6.5 plus 114. Joel, what do you got here?
Well, as we'll get into in the later segments, I mean, this is full on Canucks fade, and this line seems like a gift to me. Minus 258 for the Canes, coming off a loss up or down south in Seattle, being upset there. I don't think that they're being upset twice in a row by these lowly Pacific Northwestern teams. And the Canucks are. The line was like the same versus the Kraken, right? Maybe a little shorter.
188 it closed at.
Minus 188. Okay, that's a little closer than I expected, but even still, Hurricanes out the loss. Canucks just absolute disaster. Totally giving up on the season. Guys could be traded. They're being sat out. Tyler Myers, of course, still not playing. You have rumors of Garland going to the Isles now.
Yeah.
So it's an absolute joke in Vancouver. So Hurricanes off a loss. You love that. Give me 20 puck bucks, minus 1.5 there, minus 102. Hurricanes money line will be in some parlays in some fashion or other. So the over 6.5, I guess, with the Hurricanes, you have to count on them scoring 4 or 5. And I think they're really good for that, but no play on the total. Just Hurricanes puck or team total if you want. Yeah, PU's benched. Sean's saying in the chat. That's par for the course these days, and he's one grumpy. He's more grumpy than grumpier than Leon Draisaitl, and that's saying a lot, considering what's going on in Edmonton.
Yeah, I saw he doesn't have a shot on goal in 3 games since the break. Thomas Trance tweeted out, but yeah, for this one, I have the same bet there. Hurricanes on the puck line minus 102 for 20 puck bucks. Maybe take some sort of Carolina race to 3 because Vancouver hasn't scored more than 2 goals in 9 straight games there. Carolina has to bounce back. I did take them live on the puck line last night, so that was able to cover for me. Outshot them 36-15. And according to Sportsline here, Hurricanes are 4-0 this season when they are between minus 243 and minus 273. So when they're big favorites, they've been winning, which has not necessarily been the case. What?
That's not arbitrary at all.
No.
Minus 243, minus 273.
Well, and now I'm seeing here in their last 10 games, they lost.
What happens if it goes to minus 275?
Well, they lost minus 285 to the Blackhawks last 10 games ago. So it's the Canucks. Canucks aren't scoring more than 1. We should get Brandon Bussey back in net. So love the Canes here on the puck line, and probably parlay piece. All right, we are brought to you by Kalshi, a real money prediction market legal in all 50 states. Kalshi has a ton of trading options for your favorite sports, also have politics, entertainment, and even the weather. New Kalshi customers get $20 when they use promo code SGPN. That is Kalshi, Kalshi, promo code SGPN. And Rhythm has been on a heater for college and NBA picks. Rhythm works really well with Kalshi as well. So super easy to sign up. You can run predictions off the house model or make your own and play with the sliders. Looking to go premium, use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. All right, still here at 10 p.m. Got the St. Louis Blues plus 120 at the Seattle Kraken minus 142. Over 5.5 is minus 122. Under 5.5 plus 102 here. I don't understand this line whatsoever for Seattle. Put in 30 puck bucks here on the Kraken minus 142. Blues coming off a win in Minnesota somehow, but Seattle, big win against Carolina, blew out Vancouver, 16-9-5 at home now. Blues 8-17-3 on the road. Looking for revenge after losing last week in St. Louis on the back-to-back. So much better position situation for Seattle. You could see Robert Thomas held out for trade reasons if St. Louis is smart at all there. So love Seattle here, minus 142 for 30 puck bucks. As for the total, I guess that kind of correlates to the under, but I'm just going to go big on the Kraken here.
Yeah, I guess you can make that argument. The Kraken should be more fair, but I don't know. It's letdown spot for both teams. Big win for the Kraken against the Canes. You just mentioned how significantly they were outshot in that one. I know the Blues are terrible and all that, and you're right that they could have players being held out, not just Robert Thomas, but others as well. Like Justin Falk is another one in there. Hopefully we get some movement for the trade deadline for some entertainment purposes at the very least, and I think we will from Doug Armstrong, considering how he's approached this historically. When he knows his team doesn't have a shot, he typically sells. Jordan Kyrou is another one, even he's another one that's a lot of interest out there, including to those aforementioned Hurricanes. But for this one, I got no bet on the side. We'll talk more about the Kraken later on. I just can't really trust them as favorites against any team not named the Canucks. Even though I bet the Canucks against the Kraken. Nothing there, but give me 10 puck bucks on the under 5.5. Blues have fucked me over when it comes to these unders a few times the past.
Who's scoring? Who's scoring on this game?
Apparently somebody, because they keep losing. But we'll do it again. 10 puck bucks there on under 5.5. It's just two miserable offenses, and we're going to need some bad goaltending for this one to go over, I think, which the Blues are certainly capable of providing.
Yes. Right, down to the final game on the docket. Got the New York Islanders at the Anaheim Ducks. Game is a pick-em, both teams at minus 110. Over-under is at 6.5, also a pick-em. Over and the under, both at minus 110. Joel, what you got here?
Indeed. Appreciate Archer being right on the button there with Isles News, as always, telling us that Riddick is already confirmed with the Isles on a back-to-back. I think they're playing the Kings on Thursday, so it'll be Sorokin versus LA. You get a little movement on the over 6.5. Still like it there, minus 110. It's the Ducks over, and then you get the Isles as well, who can't defend for shit, but with Matthew Schaefer leading the way in the offensive zone, they could certainly provide offense themselves. So I love the over 6.5. Let's do 25 puck bucks in there. And I did watch a lot of the Islanders Panthers game on Sunday, and David Riddick certainly does not have it. He's not gonna provide the relief that Sorokin does, to say the least. So love the over 6.5 in this one. If I had to bet the side, the Ducks playing the Avalanche tonight. If they upset the Avs, then I guess go with the Avs. The Ducks are hot, and they're a very streaky team, right? When they suck, they just go all these long losing streaks. When they're hot, like they are right now, they typically win a lot in a row. So we'll see what happens tonight, but definitely like the over in this one.
Yeah, completely agree there on the over 20 puck bucks. You got Dave Rittich. You got Dostal starting tonight. So who's the Ducks backup now? Is it still Ville Husso?
I think we ask this every time, but yeah, I think it is Huso.
Well, they used to have Mrazek, but
Mrazek,
he's out for
yeah.
the season. It is in fact Ville Husso. So love the over here. Dave Rittich, Ville Husso could be an all over game as well between those two. Both teams are hot. Islanders have won 5 in a row. Anaheim has won 5 in a row heading into tonight's game against the Avalanche. Ducks do have some injuries, as Smitty mentions in the chat. Ryan Strome day to day, Troy Terry, Michael Granlund, Frank Vetrano all day today. So keep an eye out for those guys. But you still got Cutter Gauthier scoring goals, firing 8 shots on net. So love the over here.
Do they have the flu going around? Because I thought I heard that Granlund was sick.
Well, it says Strome has an illness, but Terry and Granlund have upper body injuries, according to the covers here. So who knows there? Either way, love the over here between these two high scoring teams.
Well, hopefully they infect the Avalanche there, especially McKinnon as we take him down for the heart.
No, I saw Arturi Lehkonen is going to be out now for
Indeed.
some time after taking a puck up high. So that is another thing for the Avalanche to deal with. Right, that is the 5-game slate for Wednesday, March 4th. Here are the puck buck plays. For that, we're both on Hurricanes puck line, both on the Islanders at Ducks over fairly heavily. There, we got Victor Rojas showing up in the chat here. What's going on, gentlemen?
What's up, Victor?
What's going on? Joel is back. Surprised face, crying loudly. Winky face, pray hands, sunglasses, pray hands. So, welcome back, Joel. Welcome back.
Good to be back, Victor.
Yeah, that is the 5 games on Wednesday. So now we got to talk some futures. Talk us through the bets you shared in the group chat before the show here.
Yeah, well, I mean, the first of all is the one we've been on for most of the season now, and it's still the best bet on the board for me, which is the Canucks point total under. Even now, it's 63.5. It's way too high, and in fact, it's about as good as a bet as it was when it was, in the high 70s, early 80s when we started to bet this, because the market has not caught up still to how bad the Canucks are. I mean, Dom himself was on the over for the Canucks. He was ahead of the market, or over in terms of how well they were performing, but even he's gone below the market now. And he's got the Canucks at 60.9, I believe it was. And even that feels high to me, considering how poorly this Canucks team have played and are projected to play. They would have to go almost 500 to get to 64 points. So they have 43 points right now. I don't know. They're going to make the 55 points. They are. Oh, look at that. You got alternate totals there. How beautiful.
Well, it depends on the book. The book got different prices offered here.
Very nice. You can get plus 114 on. Oh, that's the over.
That's over. Under minus 125 under 63.5.
Okay. Well, I got minus 110 today. So there's a few opportunities. But yeah, even under 62.5. I know that's available at plus money at
shops. That's even money here at FanDuel. So
there you go. That's a good bet. It's just, a few years ago, we made a lot of money on the Canucks overs, doing well. All the awards. It's all about the Canucks finishing dead last in the NHL, last in the division, and just 1,100,000 point totals.
You want to read Charles' comment here?
Can we parlay Canucks point total under with them to lose the draft lottery? Oh, this guy clearly knows the Canucks market. Yeah, that's a typical pessimist attitude that belongs to the Canucks, and for good reason. Yeah, that would be absolutely devastating, considering how far Ivar Stenberg and Gavin McKenna have gone ahead of the rest of the pack. So if they don't get one of those two guys, it's going to be pretty rough. And statistically, it's over 50% for them to finish third or a worst in the draft once the lottery is computed. So yeah, that's the miserable situation of being a Canucks fan. But the good situation as a better is you get to keep betting their unders, because the market still is not caught up. I don't understand how they have plummeted. I would be surprised if they get to 60 points, let alone 63, 64.
Yeah. The Canucks under. Fading the Canucks is easy. Easy fade once they traded Quinn Hughes. That was still 77.5.
They would have to increase their pace. Like, they're on pace for fewer than 60 points. And they're worse team than they were for the season. Like, they're going to lose guys. I know they're getting some guys back. Mark Rossi, though he's been playing terribly. Pedersen is just getting worse and worse.
They're on pace for 58.7 points, and they're gonna trade Myers.
So they're gonna play better now.
Garland, yeah.
And they have an 8-game homestand. They're the worst team ever playing at home. It's a disaster, and you just please, I beg you, you don't have to wait that long to cash this anymore.
No,
it's like
a month and a half,
and you get your money. It's better than any bet I could tell you in terms of Wednesday's games. That's for sure.
Yeah, easily there. Any other teams you're fading here?
Yeah, all fades, unfortunately, or it depends on how you look at things. The Kraken to miss the playoffs. I know you could wait because they are -140 favorites against the Blues, but the fact that they're only -140 at home against St. Louis should tell you a lot. I mean, the Pacific is absolutely miserable.
Yeah.
I think that you look at the East. I think the Leafs are pretty close to how the Leafs, the Panthers, the Sens. They're all would be right in the middle of the playoffs.
Oh yeah. And the West, Oilers have a 541 point percentage, and the Flyers have a 558. Capitals have a 556. Leafs, Panthers both have 525. They'd have a chance. So
you don't have to be a great team to make the playoffs in the Pacific, but I don't know. You have the Kings, the new coach thing. It didn't really help them in their game against the Avalanche, but they're still right there, 50% according to Dom. Kraken there at 33% to make, so there's value there at the -120. Absolutely. And then the Central's a little hotter, Mammoth. I think that they should make it easily. Then the Preds coming up, they still have a good chance, although we'll see if they sell at the deadline, which they should. But I don't know how much they'll deal away. So the Kraken to miss, love that, but you might get a better price after they beat the Blues. But I'm fine. I bet it now. That's fine. I'll just be cheering for St. Louis tomorrow.
Yeah, that's probably a good look there. The Oilers should pass them. The Mammoth got Cooley back. They should pass. I mean, Seattle. I mean, it's the Pacific, so Sharks. You never know if they're going to have a turnaround here. So yeah, I think the Kraken are always a team to fade. I don't think they're built for the
Sharks. The Sharks schedule is absolutely just cake. I think it's the easiest in the league by some measure now.
Let's see here. On Tankathon, you got the Kings, Ducks, and Sharks all have the easiest schedule. Then the Avs. So the Avs,
three Pacific teams at the bottom. Wonder why they don't play each other.
The Avs do play the Stars 3 times head to head though for our Dallas Central bets there. So that could be
I don't think those are cashing, but it was fun while it lasted for a week.
I think the Avs still have it. Avs still got it there. All right, what's the next team up you got here?
The what else do I have? I bet there was one more team thing I want to say.
Let me pull it up.
You have the Discord. I don't have Discord open.
Yeah.
Once I close it, all my
Flames under.
Yeah. 77.5. Are you kidding me? This is another team that are looking to sell. You have Kadri out there. They already sold Rasmus Anderson. They got a couple other guys, Blake Coleman. Another guy on the block. But even if they kept these guys, they're not a good team. They're in the Pacific again, so they have an easier schedule. But no, I mean, once again, Dom has them around 73, 74 points. And so you got a bit of a cushion there in terms of projections. And it benefits them to be bad. The players don't want to tank. We know all this, but they just don't have it. Love that under 77.5 there, -113.
Under 76.5 also +124 at FanDuel there if you want the plus odds. They're the second
even
hardest.
Better. +124 is better than -113 with
for
point.
For 1 point there. They're on pace for 76.4 points. Have the second toughest schedule left in the league behind the Penguins. They play Colorado 3 times, Dallas twice, Tampa once, Carolina, Detroit, Islanders. They should not get there. I like that. One quite a bit there. That's a good find. Get under all unders here as well. Apparently, I'm not sure if those are actually live, but that's a interesting market.
In my books,
if they have it, I don't think it's according to this odds checker. It does say FanDuel has it, but I don't think FanDuel has it all. I will pull it up. You also took some Celebrini, but for Hart at +650. You said.
Yeah, like I said, the Sharks easy schedule, and they're playing to win. I mean, they're in the buyer's market there to get players for the deadline as well. And like I said, the Pacific is just absolute trash. They could they could easily make the playoffs. They're ahead of the likes of the Kraken, the Kings. The Oilers are playing worse than the Sharks right now. They just lost them, for fuck's sake. And yeah, so the Knights aren't exactly scaring anyone either. So Sharks think they make the playoffs. So you can either go with the plus 165 or so, or you can ride Celebrini there and plus 650 because this guy is an absolute tank, and I think he's just going to get better down the stretch as he recovers from the trip to Milano. Yeah, plus 650. That's the best number I found. But yeah, 550, 6-1, anything in that range is looking pretty good. I know it's gonna be scary taking down Nathan McKinnon, but I don't think that he has a lock by any means. So if you still get big numbers on these other guys, I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, you can get plus 180 to make the playoffs, or triple that for Celebrini MVP, and they're quite correlated there. Just going back to the Flames quickly, this under 76.5 is not live. Under 77.5 minus 113 is the best price on the board
for sure. Bet 99 in Canada. That's minus 110. So all the Canadian listeners out there.
That's there. Yeah, Charles Saul saying hearing Sharks may add Kiefer Sherwood before the deadline. Also, they already have Kiefer Sherwood. I think they might.
I think he's joking.
They might trade him too. They might flip him now. So
it doesn't sound like he wants to sign there.
Yeah, I mean, San Jose should buy. San Jose should get like Patrick Laine or someone like that. It's just all off.
No, we've been over this. No, they should not buy. They need another couple years before they.
Oh no, they shouldn't give up. What do they have to give for Patrick Laine? Like a 3rd round pick? Like the Canadians just want to get rid of him.
True.
Like someone like that.
Patrick Laine. All right, fine.
Yeah.
But I get the fuck out of here with these Adam Fox San Jose rumors. I mean, I guess Fox is still young and they do need a defenseman badly, but I guess it depends on the price. If you're not giving up too much for him, if he's a depreciating asset there in New York, fine. But I don't know. I just think it's too soon for the Sharks to be going crazy at a trade deadline. Just wait till the summer when prices are a little cheaper.
Yeah, Sharks gotta wait. I'm not sure if Sean Archer said this while you were saying it. He said Adam Fox and the Sharks calling him now. Not sure if that was delayed or a reaction.
Sharks would be like our other friend Shark, premature ejaculation.
Yeah. You also took some McKenna first overall. Is that just to kind of
yeah, partly because I have the field plus 175 round robin, a bunch of stuff that is doing fantastic or already won. So partly it's just for my own benefit, but also I think that he's gaining a lot of steam. Of course, he's been killing it since that whole punch breaking the guy's jaw. Yeah. I mean, Stenberg is still rated by the draft pros, most of them at least. They still have number 1, but for Lunda in Sweden, I've been struggling lately. And I think there's a longer tail for McKinnon to go ballistic in the last bit of the NCAA season, and that could push him to the top. So I'm just scared that there's going to be a massive market movement where McKinnon just shoots it up once those the draft nicks start putting him first overall, which I think there's a chance. Yeah. Plus, I listen to Thomas Drance way too much, and he's been all over McKinnon for months now, and I can't stop myself from getting involved. So. Yeah, McKenna, I think, is the better bet at the moment, especially now that it's just a 2-man race. Like before, there was a chance maybe Verhoff could sneak in there, a couple other guys with remote odds, but now it's just 2-man race between McKenna and Stenberg.
Yeah, I wonder if McKenna would play at the World Championships as well to kind of boost his stock a little bit. Like he could go there and play with some of the top pros. And...
Well, I could say the same thing about Stenberg. Stenberg, as they say in Swedish.
But he wouldn't get as much hype as a young Canadian prospect would.
You don't
unless he has a huge performance like Slafkovsky did at the Olympics or something like that. But like,
I just think Stenberg clearly outplayed McKenna at the World Juniors.
Yeah, well, McKenna was garbage at the World Juniors.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that would actually help Stenberg if they both played at the World Championships.
All right. All right, we are brought to you by Underdog. Underdog has you covered for pick'em for almost every sport. Underdog has just increased their payouts. 2 pick entries now pay 3.5, and 3 pick entries now pay 6.5. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with code HGP. And we're brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. At Novig, you're getting the best prices. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. And of course, Merch Madness going on, 15% off everything with promo code March. Make sure you check out some of the Hockey and the Podcast merch in the store as my cat climbs across my keyboard.
What's going on up there?
Keyboard here. Archer updating us in the chat before as well that Werenski likely not playing again tonight due to illness. So that can bring us right into the Norris Trophy market.
Oh my word.
Zach Werenski.
I can tell you the bet right now. Evan Bouchard
minus 110. Well, these are not the best odds available. Werenski, let me get the best odds available up before the YouTube viewers there. Up there, the DraftKings one, the best odds available for Norris, Werenski plus 110, Makar plus 200, Bouchard 8-1, Quinn Hughes 16-1, and then Lane Hudson 60-1. Matthew Schaefer back up to 200-1. So my cash out value from FanDuel has cratered from when I shared it first.
It's funny how those things work. I don't know. I'm not having that access to those myself, but I don't know what changed. Like he scored a couple goals, then people got excited.
He went from 500-1 to 100-1. Now he's back up to 200-1.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. As I said, like Bouchard being plus 450 or 8-1, whatever single digits is an absolute joke. He just can't win. Like he's got too many haters in the votership, if that's a word.
They might not. The Oilers can miss the playoffs. Like the Oilers can miss the playoffs. Bouchard has absolutely no chance.
He can score 100 points. I don't think that he has any path to winning. To be honest, like people know him by now. They know, they associate him with the turnovers, defensive liabilities, even though he does penalty killing duties. And I think a lot of the hate is honestly undeserved. But I'm also biased considering when the Canucks and the Oilers went to war a few years ago, that all the Oilers fans, Bouchard's better than Quinn Hughes. It's an absolute fucking laugh. But I could still be objective in saying that Bouchard there at single digits is absurd. He's not going to win because, like I said, he's gonna have a few lovers, and they'll like vote for him just for the sake of it. Especially out there in Edmonton, who I'm sure they have at least one voter in the Writers Association. Yeah. But other than that, he's not going to get too much love, and the guys that hate him aren't even going to put him in like top 5. So he's not going to get any of those tertiary votes. So we can just write off Bouchard altogether. Hopefully, he can keep driving the odds of the other guys up, and we can keep betting guys who can win, like Makar and Quinn Hughes. I think would be the two guys to attack, especially now Makar's got up to 2-1 there for some reason. Mm-hmm. Now that Werenski's missing another game, and the Blue Jackets' playoff hopes are looking a little dimmer than they were during the break, as the bonus bump maybe is fading a little bit. They were lucky to not lose against the miserable ass Rangers, for goodness sake. The Werenski case is looking a little bleaker, but Makar there, everyone knows he's the best in the league, so he's already got that. He's got the production. He's on the best team, so Makar should be the favorite now. And Quinn Hughes is the only one I think who can upset him. And 16-1 there, I think is still the way to go. Hopefully he stops going on Saturday Night Live or Jimmy Fallon or whatever the fuck, because he's not playing as well as he was.
Focus.
Exactly. Get back to work, Quinn. Get back to work.
We got some long shot Norris bets on you. Don't you know that? Come on, get up. Yes. But yeah, I think Makar is the default guy. Like if Makar has more points than Quinn Hughes at the end of the year, he probably wins it. Bouchard doesn't have a chance. I didn't realize when Carlson had 100 points, the second place was like 76. That's not going to be the case this year. There is worry about Makar being shut down, missing a few games here or there, as Charles Saul points out in the chat.
I don't think so. He's looking healthy to me.
Yeah.
Maybe misses a couple games, but if that's the case, then the Avalanche is striding away with the President's Trophy, or at least the number 1 seed in the West. I won't be too concerned about that. McKinnon looks like the one is in rougher shape, although even him, he's looking better and healthier now. So we were a bit off in terms of how healthy the Avs or unhealthy the Avs were returning from Milan.
Yeah. Quinn Hughes 16-1. It's kind of crazy that he's that long, double, quadruple the odds of Bouchard, depending on the book. I got to mention my boy Lane Hudson, as high as 60-1 still at the score. He's tied with Quinn Hughes with 59 points. He could go on another late season tear as he did last year. So I think that's still bettable if you're not in the Lane Hudson train yet and you believe in him a little bit. 60-1 at the score, 45-1 at DraftKings, or 45-1 to FanDuel, 30-1 at Draft. I know you don't. I'm talking to the listeners, Joel.
Okay, this is Ryan's thing.
I'm aware. That's my thing. If Lane Hudson wins the Norris, I'm retiring on that. I'm like, I'm done. Lane Hudson won the Norris. Matthew Schaefer called her.
Yeah, you'd be like Archer, just victory lapping every day with Matthew Schaefer.
Yeah, Schaefer has the Calder locked up. So yeah, right now Quinn Hughes 16-1 would be the best bet for the Norris. The Hart is getting interesting as well. McKinnon down to -150, Kucherov +350, Celebrini 6-1, McDavid 7-1. What would you bet on right now if you were just coming in, or how are you feeling? I mean, you just bet Celebrini before, so that's probably the best bet. But how are you feeling about McDavid at 7-1 now, given where the Oilers are at?
Yeah, I bet 12-1, 11-1 before we resumed play in the NHL. But the Oilers are just too fucking bad. You can't give him the Hart now. I think he's lost all that steam. Like we said before, like he was correlated with them winning the gold medal. He's gonna have all this momentum going into the last stretch of the season. But the Oilers are just absolutely miserable. Sure, he's going to get his cookies with how terrible the Oilers defense is, but that's also going to cost them points in the standings. And like we were just saying, like they're the right in line there with the Leafs in the East, who are regarded as one of the worst teams in the league. Yeah. There's no difference between them and the Oilers, really. So yeah, it's McDavid, I think, is a write-off at this number. Kucherov and McKinnon seem to be about fair, although Kucherov is getting a lot of love. Like I mentioned in the Discord the other day, Justin Bourne, who is a voter, said that Kucherov is in the lead for him. So if you want to attack the two guys at the top, I think it'd still be Kucherov. Yeah, McKinnon deserves to be the favorite. I'm just not sure if it should be quite this big, but for pure odds, the Bet Online has Celebrini still at plus 650. Yeah, in that range, 550, 6-1 would be the way to go. Archer doesn't know he's may just spent more Kucherov and Max. Does he mean Macklin or McKinnon?
Probably both. Doug and Archer.
Well, then you're just going to lose money. I mean, yeah. What is that, -2,000 if you touch it? It's like, that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, for now, it's Celebrini. I think he's the play, considering I think that the Sharks have a very realistic chance to make the playoffs, and the Oilers are just too bad. And yeah, I love my guy Kucherov, but at plus 285, I think that's looking closer to fair.
Yeah, Kucherov. I mean, the longest is even plus 350. That's too short. Hopefully, you got on the Kuch bus a few months ago when it was over 100-1. Yeah, McKinnon's gonna.
He crashed like all of a sudden. It was like there was no time to get in. Add a little more, 75, 51. It was just like, no, all of a sudden he's 15-1, 10-1.
Yeah. He was like, Nikita Kucherov's still good for the Lightning. And
it took was one game where he had 4 points. Or something.
He's had no supporting cast or whatever. I kind of am considering taking some Connor McDavid for the Art Ross at plus 125. I know we've been talking about Kucherov for that at plus 185. He's now 4 points up on McKinnon, 8 up on Kucherov, and I just see the Oilers just playing completely open hockey now. Like they're playing a bunch of high scoring games. McDavid's going to get points. McDavid's going to get the power play points. Like he might not get the Hart because the Oilers aren't good enough, but I think plus money for McDavid. I mean, 4-point lead on McKinnon, 8-point lead on Kucherov. That can change in a week, but I think plus odds aren't going to be available too much longer on McDavid.
I agree with that. That is definitely the way I'd play it. Not for the Hart, because if he wins Dart Ross, even by margin, I think he's still not going to win the Hart. But he certainly should be in the driver's seat because he has to outscore the defensive and goaltending issues of the Oilers, and he's going to have to, continue his scoring pace there. But again, Kucherov is just hitting an absolute obscene clip, so that's scary. So I'm happy where I'm at in terms of that market, but maybe a slight edge to McDavid in terms of the Art Ross.
And just for McKinnon, I pointed out before, but Colorado has the 4th easiest schedule remaining. They have the Canucks once, Flames 3 times, Jets 3 times. They play the Oilers twice head to head, so that could be big in voters' minds. Blackhawks once and Blues twice still. So those could be big games for both Makar and McKinnon. And it could go from Makar and McKinnon being huge favorites to having being able to talk about it, and then they could be minus 500 again by the end of the season. Like that's just how crazy if the Avalanche go on another run.
I'll throw this out there too. Knobloch 25-1 to be the next coach fired. I mean, there's a $10 limit there at BetOnline. So if that's your style, then fire away. I could see others because they have to go all in, considering the fact that it's a ticking time bomb for McDavid there in Edmonton. They really have only two windows before he's on his last year of his deal. So this is one of them. If they don't even if they don't win the cup, I mean, it's cup or bust for them right now. Then they only have one more shot realistically because I don't think he's re-signing if they lose twice more. So yeah, if they go desperation mode, let's get a new coach in there, new coach bump. This is not just a thing among bettors, coaches, managers know this around the league, and yeah, it's clearly worked for them in the past. Like Knobloch himself is an example of that. When Woodcroft got off to such an awful start, and then Knobloch just absolutely, turned it around. It's like the new coach bump is absolutely a real thing. So 25-1 there, $10 is not a lot, but it could be to some, and I think that's a decent wager.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, Pete DeBoer is the perfect example there. Charles saw because this guy is one.
Bring in another guy that can't get over the hump to Coach McDavid, who can't get over the hump. Perfect.
This guy is one who he's one of those coaches who gets the most out of a team in a short order before they kind of turn on him. Like, he's not there for the long haul, but this is a guy like Peter Laviolette is another example.
That's who's I was going to bring up. I think he's a better option. I mean, DeBoer knows the Western Conference though, so maybe that would be.
He's Mr. Game 7. What do the Oilers struggle with?
That's 7. True. That is true. So yeah, I mean, yeah, they need a new coach in there. They have to have a new coach at least in the off season. And if they miss the playoffs or if they're trending that way, maybe they do that a bit early.
I know Archer loves the Oilers for the playoffs for some reason. The only way I'd be interested if they do something like that, like bring in a coach like DeBoer, and just gets them going for a couple months. That's the only way I'd be interested for their postseason prospects.
They're minus 300 to make the playoffs, plus 250 to miss. Like that's they're the Oilers. They have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Hopefully, Connor Murphy isn't their only trade deadline move, even though that should help their PK a bit. But like, the Oilers have to make the playoffs. It just have to. Any thoughts on the Vezina before we close this out? Pretty much both guys are around even money, maybe 10 cents either way.
Yeah, two-man race. I don't think that Sorokin maybe a buy because the Islanders looking more solidified there in the East, whereas I thought that they would miss before. And he has been the better goalie than Vasilevsky. He doesn't have as many wins, but his stats are better, especially the underlying metrics. So if the Islanders make the playoffs, Sorokin there would be a buy. Again, I'm happy, got a bunch of both. So finally looking good in the Vezina for once for me. But if I was a virgin coming in here, I would take Sorokin at even money over Vasilevsky at minus 140. But I'll be shocked if it's anyone besides those two. And the market reflects that.
Yeah, evolving hockey, the goal save above average. Thompson's first, and then Sorokin or Vasilevsky, really close there. Second
really
and
close?
Third. But goal save above expected, it's 43 or 46 for Sorokin, 43 for Thompson, and then 32 for Vasilevsky. So
that's what I was thinking.
That's the difference. Also, Sorokin has 6 shutouts. If he gets 1 or 2 more, that could be big for the Islanders. But yeah, voters do look at wins. Vasilevsky has 28 wins, 917 save percentage. So yeah, probably going to go down to the wire there. All right. Anything else here before we close it out?
Well, I didn't make any more bets for once in the Jack Adams, but Lindy Ruff is seemingly a real thing. He's being somebody must have bet him at a big number, a lot of money there when he was like 30-40-1 because whoever that is, I don't know, Jay Croucher was in on him at plus 450. But they keep betting Lindy Ruff, and for good reason, I guess. The Sabres are, they're even getting close to the Lightning in terms of the Atlantic. I don't think that they're going to get there. Ultimately, they're still 4 points back with 2 games played on the Lightning. But I mean, again, if you're just coming in this blind without any action, it's still Cooper or Dan Muse. Been saying this forever, but I way too over leveraged on them, and yeah, just protecting myself there with Lindy Ruff. But yeah, I'd be surprised if it's anyone else. I mean, I guess if the Avs get hot again, Bender closes strong on the stretch, but there's been no excitement around him for months, if there ever really was. Yeah.
Quenneville 33-1.
I know you guys were talking about this.
Do you think the voters
yesterday.
just don't do it, even if the Ducks win the Pacific? You think that he doesn't get the vote?
I think that there's too much animosity there, and these votes are public, right? So they'll know who voted for whom.
Yeah,
like, oh, you voted for Quenneville? You stand by what he did there in Chicago? So he's always been a write-off for me. I know those odds are appealing. Like, if you didn't have that aspect, obviously, what the hell are these odds? But
Archer would bet Roy. He says,
of course, you bet Roy.
Yeah,
I don't think he's serious, but
no. Yeah, Lindy Ruff the favorite.
It doesn't make any sense. I would certainly not vote for him. He would not be my top 5.
No.
But I guess the Sabres making the playoffs after 15 years, whatever, is just the story you got to go behind. And this award is stupid. Sometimes it works in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. I still think Cooper should be the favorite, but I'm not adding a ton more.
Yeah. I was just looking up when the Awards Watch came out last March. It was on March 13th, which was the week after the trade deadline. So expecting that next week at some point. When that comes out, the markets adjust nearly immediately. So that comes out usually 7 a.m. Eastern or 8 a.m. Eastern. So we will react to that when that comes out, whenever that happens. We will be back tomorrow, probably possibly a bit earlier for Archer before he heads into work. 8 games on Thursday. Discuss tonight's games, how they impact the futures, and all that good stuff there. All right. We good to end it here?
We are good.
All right. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joe Martin. You'll find me remembering that I bet a lot of first-time winner and no at the World Cup. It's only minus 300 at that Bet365. I'm sure it's similar elsewhere. I'm just adding this to everything I bet in terms of futures, NBA, NHL, all that good stuff. I think it's just a free leg because it's going to be one of the 9 countries that have won it before. I mean, you got to dodge the Dutch, who absolutely suck, and they're always visible chokers. They're kind of like the Leafs in terms of they never win. And yeah, there's Portugal, old ass Cristiano Ronaldo. No, it's going to be one of the same old teams, same old countries that win. So I think that's just a free leg. Minus 300 is an absolute gift.